The 80s horror remake of The Blob is now out on Blu-ray from Scream Factory. Check out my first look video, which I'll link below, for a peek at the packaging and special features. And now, on to the review. The Blob is about a meteor that crashes in a small town. An old homeless guy discovers a mysterious goo inside that just happens to eat people. And the more it eats, the bigger it gets. Can brooding bad boy Brian Flagg and cheerleader Meg Penny save the day? And can the mysterious government agents be trusted? The Blob is one hell of a fun movie. Released in 1988, it's directed by Chuck Russell, who had just come off the massively successful Nightmare on Elm Street 3: The Dream Warriors. He wrote the script with Frank Darabont, the creator of The Walking Dead and director of a ton of films, including some movie called The Shawshank Redemption. Ever heard of that one? The Blob takes the basic premise of the classic original film from the 50s and thrusts it into the 80s, complete with over-the-top gore, humor, and, for the time, state-of-the-art special effects. And you know what? It all holds up beautifully. The gore effects are fantastic, and I'm kinda surprised at how much the ratings board let this movie get away with. The Motion Picture Association of America was notoriously hard on horror films by the late 80s, but this one has got some great stuff in it. Oh, and doesn't this melting victim kinda resemble the Scream mask? Pretty cool. The Blob effects are also excellent. Even the blue screen work and miniatures hold up very well and only add to the cheesy fun. One of the many things I love about this film are the likable characters. Brian Flagg, with his leather jacket, mullet, and motorcycle, could just be a one-dimensional bad boy, but he's a very likable character. Same with the rest of the characters. Sometimes it's just a little moment or a scene, but these characters have substance, and when they are inevitably killed, you actually feel bad for them. The cast is full of familiar faces, and they all do a fantastic job. And hey, there's one of the Frog Brothers from The Lost Boys. I can't say enough good things about this movie. These days, the 80s is more popular than ever. We've got modern movies and TV shows set during that decade. Well, here's a genuine 80s horror movie that just oozes that amazing decade with every frame. So check it out for a great time. You will not be disappointed. As usual with Scream Factory Collector's Editions, this movie is oozing with special features. The cast and crew interviews are in-depth and very informative. The participants not only talk about their work on The Blob, but also how they got started in the business and their overall careers. For a movie geek like me, this is fascinating stuff. In my first look video, I was curious about the, quote, "and more" text concerning the interviews. Well, I'm happy to report that there really are more interviews. More cast and crew stuff is included, which makes the sheer volume of extras on this release even more impressive. Between all the interviews and the 3 commentary tracks, everything you ever wanted to know about The Blob is revealed. Picture quality and sound is great. There are some shots that appear overly grainy, but it's nothing distracting, and it is a vast improvement over my old DVD copy. The Blob is another fantastic release from Scream Factory. The movie is an 80s horror classic that is perfect to watch during the Halloween season, or any time for that matter. Highly recommended.